So yesterday we worked on the groundwork, getting a foundational guide, a starting point. How is each horse? What are the things they need to learn? What are the specific exercises for that horse that is going to help them progress? And what are the links we needed to make to today, where we take that into the riding? So an interesting process. We're going to see some links from the groundwork to the riding, and we're going to see how groundwork exercises can directly relate to in the saddle, and how Alizée and her horses are going to do together in that. It's not for you chewing on, wild wolf. So, we go further. Yeah, so of course Dundee is very established in the understanding of his body in finding a connection. He understands the concept that it's about controlling himself, not the situation. He understands how to manage himself in the elements of movement, touch, sound and approach. And then of course there's the point where you go into specifics of, okay, now we have this bag of tools and now we're going to move into something that you're going to directly experience, and that he knows the value of the tools that he has is applicable to this situation. And when so the tension release for under here from the rein, he can do that also?
Yeah. But I wanted to try to make it on the rope, maybe that could be important, so we can try that he finds we were discussing about Dundee, who had this anxiety, and then about the press release point and how we can link it to then the emotions, the body to the emotions, and a bit like the EMDR system that you use on humans. And then I said that's exactly what I want for Dundee, because we need to change the story he's telling himself.
I think it's important for him that he feels it first in the front. And not with a change of position. So I think he's very quick to change position, and then he avoids changing state. It's I go here and then I'm okay.
Because that's something that he can't get out, and then he's not helping him. And from there Tristan said, then you're really here to help him, not to help you achieve what you want of him. And I said, no, I'm really here because I want him to make his life better.
Yes, if I get a reaction behind, we look to guide him a little bit in the clock shape and then open the front. That he's going to the following.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Good. And then here a bit. And then try a little bit the eyes closing. And a little bit, and slower. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Then it's better for him if he stays a little bit here, level. Wait for the closing. Yes. And then try to give at the speed in which he comes into the...
I thought I had to give straight away. So I give soft. Not quick.
Yeah, at the speed of the change.
Okay.
Stay a little bit. Yeah. Stay. Good. Stay. Yes, and then slowly. Boy, and then you can go completely long. Good. So he's not too quick to change, move, because then he can be also just as quick the wrong way.
Yeah.
And the slower he gets into coming into a change of state, then the longer he can stay there, and the more he recognizes it if he comes out. But I think this is a good one for him to get really this feeling. Maybe if you work then a little bit just riding, feeling the pattern, and then I will try to be a disturbance.
Oh, I'm sure you will succeed. Yeah. Oui, oui, oui. Si. Oui. Plus bas. Voilà.
Nice thing is he doesn't look away.
Yeah.
He's not going, oh, I just ignore that. He's really seeing it.
Yeah.
So the good thing about Dundee is where we stopped yesterday. So he had the difficulty in the beginning, and we could really bring in a focused, concentrated way, what does it mean? What is the important thing to focus on? So individually, we had the process of him learning how to manage himself in the presence of the things individually, and then we start to group them together.
Oui.
And it's important for him that he feels in his body, in the presence of something that builds energy and might build tension in the body, that he first is able to find his way back to a control state. And then we can start to ride and find direction in where we're going in the performance, a new line on the diagonal, wherever it might be.
Oui. Bien. Bien.
And this he does nice.
Super. Oui.
It's funny, the awareness, he goes so much into the movement
Yeah.
that he stops feeling himself, becomes separate.
Pousse. Chut. Allez. Allez, pousse. Chut. 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 Non. Pousse. Pousse. Chut, 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 chut. Allez, hop, hop, voilà. Rond.
And then stop once. Yeah. So first it goes, then you get a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
And then he's holding a bit. And then we make it relaxed. And then he relaxes so that the pushing is not there. The activity, the functionality goes a little bit away. But then from the relaxation, bringing the functionality back in without him going tension movement.
Chut. Non. Saute, saute, saute. Oui. Là.
Yeah.
Rond.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Bien.
It's like the awareness of not stopping to feel that. He goes into the movement and he stops feeling, how am I in the movement? And tension comes in.
And he blocks the breathing. Then he starts to the sternum, you can feel that the sternum is stuck. Yeah, of course, then everything gets complicated for him, but it's...
And then he has a reaction to himself instead of actually what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because now we get a bit the awareness, the relaxation, then we start, and then the tap still triggers sometimes a little bit the tension.
Yeah.
But if we relax, tap, then start the movement, And then the touch, that the connection of the tap is related to the tension release.
Yeah.
You really make that bridge so that the meaning of the whip is different.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like when we're doing an exercise that is a bit complicated, you stop and then directly you have the then you know they are doing the self-management. It's okay, I forgot to breathe in here. Back with the air, back with the oxygen. And then you know that you did a good job giving them the tools to get out of the tension that you don't want or that are not helping or serving you. Yeah.
I think we tried to do the eyes.
Yeah.
A little bit more rain. And not a backwards, just a lifting up. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah, then totally relax. That. Yeah, and then a little bit clock shape around.
Yeah.
Good. Another side. Good. So when I first bring it up, I also bring it down to reward that he doesn't have a reflex.
Yeah.
So he gets that first bit of, that's the idea, managing himself. And then we go a little bit up that end.
Yeah.
Good. Another side. Maybe then a little bit in trot, also on the distance. Yeah, it's sort of difficult sometimes for people to see the intention and the actual information that you're giving the horse. Seeing it from the outside, you see a horse and you see a stimulus. You know, some guy playing a loud soundtrack on a speaker. Then you think, oh, he's trying to just get the horse used to it, or he's exposing it to so much stuff, whatever it is, to make the horse quiet. But understanding what skills you've given them before you got there, that it's actually the preparation, the understanding, the awareness of their body, and the tools of how to be in a state of self-mastery in the presence of something that they will be exposed to in their life. Doesn't matter if the horse is left running in the butterflies. If Farmer John drives down the road with a tractor, they're going to be experiencing something with movement and sound. And if you've never addressed that, then you're not setting your horse up in a way that he can be comfortable in all aspects of his life. And then see if he'll walk as soon as you have a tension moment, and then he finds relaxation. Yeah, that brings him to walk. And he looks to slow down in the moment of, so much so that if he has a tension moment, he thinks slow down, so much so that he thinks walk.
Okay.
So we shape that a little bit.
Voilà. Bien.
Good, and then the walk. Yeah, so almost that he gets then lazy on the noise.
Yeah.
So we really pattern it that the noise says, even if he has a surprise, he becomes so conscious of that and he immediately brings the energy down so much that he wants to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the walk. Hey. Good. Yeah. And then we do one where he walks and he comes to the...
Yeah.
So trotting, music up, sound up, and then that brings him to walk and to the sound. To the opposite of energy up. Yes. Yeah, so the opposite of energy up and the opposite of going away.
Oh, you're
decorating the box. Good. Let's do a little bit smoke machine with the same pattern.
Yeah.
And I'm going to combine then a little bit this and then that. Andre, can you control the machine? Because obviously yesterday I'm not qualified. Yeah. Good. And they come this way. Good.
Yeah, super.
We let him come
Super.
towards.
Super.
Yes.
Super.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. And we keep him here on the circle. Yeah, and then walk. So opening the front.
Voilà. Oui.
Yes.
Oui.
Yes.
Super.
Very good. And same again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Super. Voilà. Super. Super. Bien. Bien. Super.
And where we finished was with this sense of self-focus. Okay, what am I doing with my body? I have a contrast now. This was like not controlling myself. Oh, this was controlling myself. You could see already in the body, if we take that into the riding, I know what to do now. And we could see from the beginning that he knew what he had to do in his body himself. So what we were going to present him with today would still bring up the same questions and a few of the same challenges, but he's of course starting from a totally different perspective. I can manage myself in this situation. I did it yesterday and I survived, and I actually feel a bit confident about what I did, and now I can bring that into the riding.
I didn't fly.
No. Yeah, no revenge.
Well, we still have 2 more to go.
Yeah, that's right. I have 2 chances.
C'est bien, non? C'est bien. In the TRT, we see how much the emotions are linked with the body, with the muscles in the body, with the tension in the body. So all these informations are giving you better understanding that then you can use in your daily work with the horses. And the more they know that you are aware of this, and so you take it into consideration, the more they can then start to trust you and rely on you when you're trying to help. So it's really about trying to make this understanding and this connection that they know we're working together. It's not you decide to make them work, it's we are in the same thing together. We do this together as partners. Voilà. But here I can already feel that her shoulders are, she's a bit holding it instead of going really through and smooth.
And then also the connection to from there. She gets a little bit
disconnected from the back because she locks the wither and the shoulders, and then you cannot reach the hind legs anymore. That was super that we had 2 days, because yesterday we did the Liberty, and from the outside we could be super happy. She really felt good and she was into the work, but I was expecting what happened today, which means I first in the preparation, then my team told me she's completely stuck on the shoulders and the wither, which is always when she gets emotional. Voilà.
I think mostly when you feel her in the body and the tension release, most of it is stemming from the belly. Yeah. When you go through and you feel the stickiness and the separation in the body, shoulder, neck, head, and also down through the back. When you go to the focus on the breathing and she relaxes the stomach and you hear inside, it starts gurgling because the stomach relaxes, fluid and things can start moving more freely. Then when you go back to feel the shoulder and the neck and then it's changed already. So I think
it comes from
starting here.
Whatever I tried, if I would put my legs or my hands, or she was just having the body like this, super electric, but it's not that she's against the aids, it's the body is so much into tension that whatever you do, then she has this overreaction. Voilà. Sorry, she's learning the Spanish walk. That was very, very cute.
I have the same things happening at home sometimes with Daria. But you see also when you start to make the transition, she makes the transition by first holding the belly.
Yeah. Today, yes, normally when she's in a normal stage, she really comes from behind. But today she's really I'm trying to unlock the shoulders, but I'm very careful because here if I really say, hey, now, so then I build it very slowly to allow her the time to find it. Up. Voila. And now she's soft. But if I say, hey, no, then it's too complicated for her to.
And if we stand still, let me bring awareness to here. Because you feel, even here, when she has an awareness low, she feels, she focuses on it. She feels what the belly's doing. She lets the belly go, but it's only the lower part.
Yeah.
And I think if we can slowly transfer that to this part, the ribs, then we can also bring it to, she can start to breathe up under the sound. And maybe we have to do that just in the groundwork, in exercises to bring that more in. But maybe we can do a little bit and then feel with the leg and then pick her up and do a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see that she's, moving very freely and very open in the body. She has a lot of capacity and a lot of flexibility in the body and a lot of stability. So, you sort of see a standard horse would be doing this of around a 5, and she's sort of moving in a way of around a 7 or an 8. And so that can give the illusion like this is going amazing. She's doing it amazing if you compare that to another horse. But we have to be very much focused on the individual and where is their limitation. Yeah, and then if you can keep the lower leg in the position of the breathing at the same time. Yeah. Then you see also when your leg is first there, then you have this contraction holding.
Yeah.
And then when the leg stays, yeah, then she can breathe out. Yeah, yeah.
Voila.
Yeah. Yeah, and if that breathing can come just by being aware, okay, when we start, what does she need to think about? And then eventually, what does she need to think about while in the work? Because I think all the other things are a chain reaction of that.
Oui. Voila.
With a horse like this, you can feel that everything's going okay, but you have to recognize when the body is completely open and free and when there is a slight bit of contraction. And maybe you don't see the slight bit of contraction in the body because she's naturally showing on the exterior this effortless way of moving. And if you rest the whip on the croup,
Oop.
yeah,
Oui, voila.
yeah, 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 and then the right leg on the belly, difficult to coordinate all. Good, good.
Girls are good at coordinating.
Yeah, much better than boys. Yeah, exactly, like this. Hey. Also that meaning of the whip, a little bit like the first horse, that it's, yes, when something touches you, what does your body do? What are you aware of? Do you, when you touch, relax in the abdominal to give stability in your core, or do you contract up? Yeah,
Super.
yeah, yeah. Good.
Here we got her into coming back to then breathing and then connecting slowly a little bit the body, unlocking. And in the end, I could have her again. She was there and she was soft and the body was moving again big and not so small and tight.
Yes, in the presence of noise. What should she think about? Hey. Good. A little bit streamers. Oh. Yes. Hey, good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
super.
Here's
Congratulations. That's the first time we do the lying down from the rider.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Okay, that's the revenge.
Yeah, yeah.
Bravo ma puce. Oh bah alors, super. Super. She's showing you the new tricks.
I started to make the crack and then the mare just went, oh, I just lay down. So put herself in a position that's extremely vulnerable when you're in an environment where there's something, a sound that's, you know, not particularly natural to a horse. And so for her, it was really a place of vulnerability for a horse to lay down. And that's, I'm totally in control. I'm tuned into myself. I'm taking my energy into a space where I can be totally relaxed, and you do whatever you do with your whip. And then that's that moment where we could both go in and pat the horse and reward and say, this is it, this is self-control.
That went well for a first time.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get more relaxed under the noise of the whip than that. I think we do the...
Some could run away, some can lie down and take a nap. That's...
Relax? Okay. We do a little bit approach and touch.
Yeah.
And then we can do the exact same pattern with the speaker.
Yeah. In the trot and come.
Yeah. You just have to remember that happened, just so if we go to do whip again, we may have installed something new. Yes. Good.
Yes, bien, super.
I also planned for the pass then, but she was looking away, so then I draw the touch, so she gets focused on that. Yeah. Yes.
Oui, super. Très très bien.
Voilà.
Très très bien. Super.
Maybe we combine those things after. You make a contact. It's then very easy to see when you start to apply an environmental pressure, like the soundtracks, to see where the horse takes that on. Sorry, that's me not controlling my buttons. And left.
C'est bien, plus. Chut, chut. Oui, oui.
Good.
Bien, super.
It's nice to get the feeling of the focus.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't bring tension, but focus a little bit more on the right, but the left one was good.
Yeah.
Bring the focus, but that becomes a thing like, if I see something, I go there.
Yeah.
You can also, the tools can really bring, she softens, she focuses, she opens, she looks, yeah.
Vas-y, c'est bien. Pousse, 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 oui. Pousse, pousse. Chut, chut, chut. Oups, c'est bien. Oui. Chut, 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 chut. Oui.
Oh.
Oui.
And I think that internal worry that she gets can also be helped with the external opening in the work. Look here, draw here, go there.
Yeah,
without
absolutely.
the pressure.
Because when she does this, she makes herself small.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like in the rehearsal in Mechelen, where I brought her, everybody told me from the outside, oh, she looks amazing. But on top, I felt her small. I know that then she just gets here, and then everything is smaller when you're on top. So,
and you see it sometimes in the moment, the first one to the right here, then it gets a little, you lose the flow.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the softening comes in again, you breathe out.
C'est bien ma poulet. C'est bien, bravo. Bravo. So I'm very happy because then I think we can give her some tools when she is like this, then we can give her some tools to be more aware of what's happening, and then she's not fighting with herself. We can help her to go quicker into a place where her body feels better. We don't need her to go too much, she's enough.
Bien, super mon puce.
Nice. So be sure to tune in to our final episode where we do the last session with Dolce Vita, where we come to some really surprising moments and I get some homework to do, all the exercises that I have to go home and practice on my own Spanish horse. So don't miss that one.